I have had now almost 40 years of joy from this. And I just loved the idea of somebody else getting to be its custodian. You don't own the stuff. You are looking after the stuff until the next people get the stuff. And which is also one reason why I thought, okay, I will actually make sure that anything that goes out from me has a little signed, this is from Neil Gaiman's collection thing, because that's part of the story. You're selling people, you're giving people the artwork, you're giving people the collectibles, but you're also giving them the story. This is who this thing is. This is how you got this thing. You know, behind you, each of those pieces of art behind you, for me, is a story. And it's the story of how I got it. It's the story of what it meant to me. And I sort of want to try and pass some of those on as well. With Watchmen, I was just honored to be a part of it. Alan would phone me and ask for pointers, normally titling episodes, and I'd go off and find him something. And I found him just various bits. Every now and then I'd come across something, you know, an article on owls from 1911. I go, this feels like it's right, or information. I'd give it to Alan. And as a result of which I was one of the people it was dedicated to, which meant the world. And Dave and Alan gave me a page. And I love the fact that the page they gave me, is the only 18-panel page, technically 17-panel page, in the whole of Watchmen. All of these tiny panels. B, it's about dreams. And I was going to go on and do Sandman, but nobody knew that then. So it's one of these glorious Watchmen coincidences, these Watchmen things, you know, Watchmen serendipity swirls around Watchmen. And I just love the fact I look at it and I go, oh, this is the dream. You gave me the dream. And I took that and kept moving. And that was, you know, a year, 2 years before ever Sandman happened. And also I love the fact that one of the panels on my page has become in many ways the most iconic of Watchmen images, which is the skeletons embracing. I've seen people with that tattooed on them. I've seen, you know, that image has gone off around the world. And I would look at this page and go, you are, every time I look at that page, it brings me joy, unmitigated, absolute and utter joy.
Did you feel like you needed to have pieces from each chapter of your career?
Yes, it did. There were definitely a few pieces that I looked at and went, you are only going out there because you are a marker in some way. But there was also a feeling that, you know, I have this very huge, very odd career in that, you know, with a lot of people, you could put a word in the middle of their name that would explain who they are. You know, Douglas, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Adams, or whatever. And people go, okay, yes, that's it. And with me, it could be Neil Sandman Gaiman, but it could just easily be Neil Coraline Gaiman, or Neil Good Omens Gaiman, or Neil, you know, there's things that you can put in there. So there was definitely a desire to try and represent some of those things. But it was always sort of weirdly balanced with joy.
What these pieces bring to you outside of simply the joy, I wonder, as you surround yourself with pieces of your own that have been interpreted by others, what inspiration they provide to you.
I always been drawn to art. I think it's one reason why I loved working in comics. Is I can write my words. My words don't excite me. I wrote them. I can write my words, give them to an artist, and get a page back or a finished comic back and look at it, and I'm so thrilled. This is the best thing in the world. This is not what I was expecting. It's what I was hoping for. It was what I was dreaming for. It's my world seen through other eyes. I'm an art collector. I love buying art. I love finding strange things, and there's always that weird feeling of gratitude toward the person who said, I'm going to let this one back into the wild.